All right. Appreciate everybody being here this afternoon. And I do want to say this. I want to congratulate Coach Woodson on the win on Thursday. I was down in the South recruiting. I was in my hotel room, and my signal went out on the television. So I was like, what? And so I called my wife, so she's giving me the play-by-play for the finish. But no, I was just screaming and yelling and cheering them on. So just support our basketball team in every way, men and women. Appreciate the job they do. So proud of them, and just wish them continued great success. So excited to be here today. Got a couple new staff hires to introduce. Chad Wilt here to my left, Paul Randolph here to my right, and just really very, very excited about adding them to our football program. As is always the case, it's about adding men that fit with us, that align with us, and a long history with Chad and his dad, and who was his college coach as well, and at Taylor University. And I've actually been trying to get Chad here for several years, ever since I got here, matter of fact. And so the timing finally perfectly worked out, and so thrilled to have him and just what he brings to our staff, and not only just tremendous leadership in terms of football, but as a high character individual that as a great husband and father, and that's important to him, and it's important to us, and the way he leads them, and the way he's going to lead his room of linebackers as well as our defense. And so he will be our defensive coordinator, but I will be calling the defense. It's something that we're going to be doing a little bit different, but he and I have talked that through, and he'll be organizing our staff and all the things we do. Just the things I've learned the last few years will be able to help us be able to function that way and at a high level. And I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to be working with him as he leads our linebacker room and leads our entire defense. And so he's going to do a tremendous job. And then with Paul, I tell you, a guy I've not worked with, did not know as well, but Jason Jones has coached with him on two different staffs, and some guys that I know and highly respect have been with him for many, many years. And just the short time we've been able to spend together, just so impressed with his energy, tremendously high character individual that I can't wait for our defensive line to be led by, as men first and as players second. But just to me, the passion for capturing the hearts of his players is going to be, I think, one of his major strengths, and to be able to get them to be able to play at such a high level together and for each other, which is LEO. All wrapped up into one. He may have not called it that in the past, but he's lived that out without question. And that was the prevailing theme that I got through this whole process. It was a very thorough process for me to go through and find the best fit for us at that position. And so just couldn't be more excited about adding these two individuals to our program, and I know they're going to make us better. So at this time, we're going to have them give their opening statements, and then we'll take questions after that. Chad?
Great to meet you guys. Great to be here back in the state of Indiana. As a person that finished high school here in Indiana, as Coach alluded to, as a coach's son, grew up a little bit, but I did finish high school here, played for my father at Taylor University. My wife is from Indianapolis herself, went to Roncalli High School, so we really consider ourselves Indiana people and an Indiana family. So to be able to be here in this state, sitting there looking at Assembly Hall and what this university means to this state, to represent this state is a tremendous honor for us and our family. To be here with Coach Allen and our relationship and how we match and align our character, the values, the belief system that Coach has for his program is something that I'm humbled to be a part of. Truly humbled to be a part of this staff, this university, this football program, working for Coach Allen and who he is. I could not have asked for a better fit for me as a person and as a man.
Paul Randolph, excited to be here. I had an opportunity to talk with Jason about Coach Allen, and then I met Coach Allen, and he was everything Jason Jones said about him and more. And right off the bat, I know, we meshed. I knew it immediately. What he believes in, young men, developing them, growing them as men, capturing their heart and their minds, and that's what I'm about, is developing and pouring into the young men that I coach with everything that I have, helping them accomplish their goals and their dreams. And that's what coaching is about for me. My wife, Mia, we're empty nesters, so she'll be joining me shortly. And we're excited about being back in the Midwest. I spent a little time at Toledo, Illinois State a few years ago, but really excited to be back here. And I had an opportunity to watch IU football a couple of years ago when Coach Allen and the team were rolling from afar, and it was really exciting to me to see the passion, the purpose with which they played. And now that I've met Coach, I know why. And so we're really excited to get started, boots on the ground, and get this thing started this year.
All right, let's start with Dustin and Tom Brew. Dustin, say who you are and who you work for.
Dustin DePierre, Bloomington Herald-Times. I wanted to ask Coach Allen first. The big piece of news that you put in there is that you're going to be calling the defense, I guess. Tell us more about that, how you came to the decision to do that again, and how exactly that is going to work.
Yeah, so something that I've been thinking about for a little bit, and just as these things transpire, I just felt like it was time, and I'm excited about it. And there's just a certain product I want on the field for that side of the football, and the system hasn't changed, but I just feel like that having the last 3 years to be able to be in the role as head coach only, I've been able to grow tremendously, and I feel really good. So my goal was to be able to find a person that could be my right-hand man in the meetings, because what I found the biggest issue is when whether it's scheming during the week or you're working on things and things happen, you get pulled out of a meeting, to be able to continue to flow. And that's what I want to get with Chad, and to be able to have him be that person that's going to be the go-to guy for organizational purposes, and even during the game. To me, it was to be able to have the adjustments, to have his expertise and to be able to grow him through our system, and to be able to do what I need to do on game day when the offense is on the field and defense is back there making adjustments. And obviously still have the headset to communicate, but he'll be in charge of those, and to be able to handle that. And I think that to me was probably the biggest thing that I had to kind of grow through, the last few years, and even just the game day management part of it, which I feel comfortable with at this time, and how as I work with our clock management guy that's in the box, and that won't change. And so I feel like that. For sometimes you just gotta follow your gut on what you feel like is best for what your team needs. And but I've missed that part of it, and I just feel like that's definitely one of my strengths as a coach, and it's the reason why I'm sitting here in this position. So, but yeah, that's where I feel like. But it just was to be able to have and I know we got a staff now as well that's been together for a long time, and a lot of guys that know exactly what needs to be done, and I feel very comfortable with those guys and their ability to lead in that group. And so especially with the back end and being here with Casey and with Jason and Brandon, and so those guys. And then obviously linebackers is really the guy. I've always been involved in pretty much every linebacker meeting. That won't change, and as Chad runs that group, and so I'll be with him directly. But so I feel really good about the staff structure and the organizational part of that, to be able to make it very effective and help us get to be a top 10 defense like I know we should be.
Tom Brew, then Pete.
Tom, in making that move, though, to be more involved with the defense and such, obviously you have a new offensive coordinator too. I think you enjoyed that part of making sure you were all in on the offensive side of things too the last several years. Taking on this added role of calling plays on defense, then how are you restructuring that a little bit on the offensive side then to make all that move smoothly as well? Yeah,
I think that's a great question. And so bottom line for me is I'll still continue. That's one thing by not coaching a position defensively. I'll still be able to be involved. When I'll be in all the quarterback meetings like I have been at that time that I've done that with those guys, and that'll help me be able to do that and to be able to structurally manage what they're doing. But obviously it's also which I've never done. I've never sat in there when they're scheming. That part of it has been done separate even the last couple of years. So that will remain the same. But obviously Coach Bell will be the offensive coordinator and be calling the plays and has his staff that he'll be utilizing. So the good news for me is I feel like that I have a pretty clear understanding of what I want on that side of the football, and it's his responsibility to articulate that and to be able to